What if Trump doesn't run? Where will the GOP and his base find themselves? This dilemma has left a gap for the GOP open for one of two possibilities. The first is what we're talking about, that in 2024 the Republicans field a presidential candidate who is like Trump but possibly smarter, someone who can effectively appeal to the Trump base, possibly even one of the people we talked about, or way worse. After all, Trump wasn't a politician but a TV personality, paving the way to some of the darkest of timelines. There are loads of people who are actively trying to do this. But the second, and equally bad option, is that they don't find anybody, and the Republicans completely lose control over their base. We're already seeing this with Amanda Chase, who after her bipartisan censure has been flip-flopping between the Republican and independent parties. Aaron spends a long time talking about what happens to the masses when totalitarianism collapses. And she says that, contrary to what you might expect, the masses pretty much keeping on. This is because they're loyal not actually to the individual leader or to any particular goal, but to the fictional reality the leader has created for them. A world of conspiracy, of black and white morals, where everyone is out to get them, and only the charismatic leader can speak the truth. Once the leader is gone, they either revert back to their previous state of apathy, ceasing to believe in the dogma for which yesterday they still were ready to sacrifice their lives, or they find a new function, a new cause to throw themselves behind and support just as vigorously and stupidly as the initial one. Back to brunch, or on to Lackfist! The repercussions of this are most easily seen with COVID. While Trump was in office, he downplayed the virus and undermined the necessity of masks and of the vaccines, and now Republican voters are dying left, right, and center because they were convinced not to get the vax, and now nobody in the Republican Party has any ability to control them. Not even Trump. Breitbart, bastion of respectable journalism, has pivoted to arguing that actually, the anti-vax movement was a Democratic psyop all along as a part of a bid to kill Republicans in a desperate attempt to get their readers to stop dying from an easily preventable virus. In Florida, Desantis' approval ratings have dropped as Florida's COVID numbers have gone up, in large part because the people who like Desantis keep dying of the coronavirus, and the people who aren't dying don't like that the governor of their state seems to be okay with people dying of the coronavirus. And as a pandemic rages across the globe, income inequality in America continues to spike, and total climate catastrophe grows nearer and nearer. More and more people are realizing that the status quo is not equipped to fix these problems. Fascists and totalitarians prey on these feelings, on disenchantment with the establishment and resentment of the people in power, to amass support for their undemocratic political movements. Because it's easier, you see, to ignore the complicated solutions to these issues in exchange for glomming to one larger-than-life figure. The question right now is who that figure will be for the GOP, because that's simply the direction things are heading. And whoever that person is needs to both toe the political line between the establishment Republicans and up-and-coming MAGA folk, while not just seeming like a bad Trump impersonation. And I don't know, maybe that person just isn't in the spotlight right now, but might be very soon. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. Here's the evergreen end plate to ask you to like and subscribe. It's any day of the year where you are.